Welcome.
Morning. Thank you.
Morning.
Good morning. How was your week?
Very good.
Very good.
Like I say, every single day when I wake up, that's I live in heaven.
Yeah.
After I have that spiritual awakening, every single day I just enjoy every moment. How y'all?
Good. I feel like it feels good. Feels like great. Like a peaceful days and
Like
positive
every day
days,
or
yeah.
some moment like you feel peace and some moment that you feel
For
chaos.
me it was like almost every day, yeah.
Almost every
Yeah,
day.
every day. It was more relaxing, it's more peaceful.
How long have you been have having this like feeling? Like what made you tuning into kind of like more consciousness, spiritual?
Conscious. Well, I mean, it's been a while because I've been meditating for years now.
For years?
But I know in the beginning it wasn't like not constant, but I wasn't really keeping up with it until maybe like a year and a half, 2 years, and now it's like more consistent.
So you do that every day?
Not every day. I've tried meditating every day, but it doesn't work.
Doesn't work?
Yeah, it doesn't really work. But now I'm doing it more often. So like every other day.
Because
It's good.
for me, that I never do any meditation or anything, but I just feel very
Yeah.
present like that.
Yeah.
So I heard a lot of people when they say they do meditation,
Mhm.
they practice. Everybody have different, but if we change the mindset, like shift your consciousness, like your mindset into the new perspective, that just every moment, every day like this, just pay attention, be present with whatever you do, so you don't have to thinking have to go to meditation. Like that's why it's very helpful for your mental and
Yes.
your health.
I've been pretty calm this whole week. It's been a good week for me, and I don't feel bad. I don't feel selfish about it, but I have been absorbing more of those around me, like how. Perfect example. My brother's birthday was on Wednesday, and it rained. It rained on Wednesday. It was the first day of the week that it rained. Thank you. And I went to work, normal day for me. We knew we were gonna have dinner. We went out. We were ready for dinner, but I noticed that a lot of his or some of his friends, not him including, but they were having a bad day, and I noticed that in the past I would give too much of myself, like, oh hey, it's gonna be okay, just trying to cheer them up. I didn't do anything this time. I just made sure that I was okay. And I noticed a pattern, I guess, because they were upset and they knew they were having a bad day. It was just one thing after another, and for me it was just like normal, like
You just give yourself.
I did, yes, and I just kind of absorbed, and said, I have a rule for myself. If somebody doesn't ask me directly for help, and like spiritual help, I can't help.
Yeah.
I have to hear it from the person.
Yeah.
Because before I would help without being asked, and they wouldn't listen. And it's just like, okay, I'm just wasting my time, so I stopped. And And then they started asking for advice and help, and they actually do listen.
Yeah.
So I just said, I'm just gonna wait until they ask. I'm not going to jump and offer and try to save.
Yeah.
But I did notice that, and I had a good day. At the end of the day, I kind of check my overall day, to see how I can make tomorrow better for me or for those around me, but mainly for me, now. And I used to struggle with that because I used to think that was selfish, not jumping in to help or not, all of that. But then I said, that's them and not me, and I have to wait if they want to know, because I'm not going in circles waiting for them to, wait, So I noticed that because it was raining, so, and then my sister-in-law hurt her foot, and it was just, the balloons popped, it was crazy. It was a lot of tension, but I had a good day.
Earlier you mentioned about the birthday.
Uh-huh.
I told me last year, whenever people they come up to the birthday and they try to get prepared, they do everything to make the celebrate for the birthday party stuff like that. So I said, why you celebrate only one day for a year? You have like 364 years out there. So if you change your mindset, become like every day is your birthday. So you can enjoy. If you just enjoy only one day, and what about the rest of 364 days out there? You don't enjoy it?
Yeah.
Every day is holiday.
Yes.
People, to me, people think that weekdays and weekend, when it comes to Friday, Saturday, you feel, oh, so good. You think there's weekend coming, but why don't you set your mindset like Monday is my weekend? So every day is gonna be the weekend. Don't have to set your weekdays like, oh today, tomorrow I have to go work, I have to be sleep, I have to like that. No, you just enjoy. For example, tomorrow, Monday, you go work. After you come home, if you have something fun, oh, I enjoy. As long as you make sure that you have enough sleep. And before that, just enjoy. Don't have to get prepared. Oh, no, I can't do anything. I have to sleep. And just enjoy. Just feel like weekend. Monday like Saturday. If you know the Yin and the Zen, the cycle, like day, night, day, night, day, night. So it don't have the month, don't have the year. Only day, night, day, night, day, night, like that. So day, night, no weekend, no year, not nothing. They just, in the daytime they enjoy, nighttime they sleep.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So go back to the ancient knowledge. They be very wisdom. They enjoy their life every day. Nowadays, like people, they put you in kind of the month, years, the time, so they make you feel very rushed, stressed. I have to catch up with the time like that. No, you have to realize that day, night, day, night, day, night. So in the daytime, I enjoy. Nighttime, I sleep. Next daytime, I enjoy. Like that.
Just funny that you mentioned about birthday, because my birthday is tomorrow.
Oh, happy early birthday.
Yeah, I said, usually every year I was like so excited. Like, oh yeah, my birthday come, I'm gonna do this or that. But now like every day to me is like, oh, I don't even like mention it. I'm like, oh, my birthday is tomorrow. So for my husband kind of playing it, anything, I just feel like every day. Did I want to eat a birthday cake today or like
You go.
last week?
Yeah,
I
me too.
just go and buy a slice of cake and eat.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to wait for like my birthday. That's how I feel now. Like just like, oh, it's crazy. Every day is like my energy is the same. I have so much fun. Like every single day. And some days I'm like, wow, it feels so good. Like at the end of the day, I came home, I feel like, wow, I feel so good today.
lot of people in the US, they try to work so hard, and they save up a lot of money for retirement. But over here now, they're 67, and I see some people they save a lot of money, save a lot of money. Oh, I have like 1 more year to retire, and before that, before they retire, they get sick or they might pass away. So they spend all their life to work and save the money for the retirement, but they couldn't make it. So no one guarantee for you tomorrow. No one, even the next hour. So people have like been programmed. You have to save up. You have to work hard like that. No, that's not the right way to live on this planet.
My brother's birthday is in March, so and it's always raining. It's it's kind of like the beginning of spring. So on his birthday, I don't know what it is about it, but I told him, I said, you need to work through some issues for me. But it always rains. So if it doesn't rain on his birthday, and we were planning like a party outside, it always rains. So he never really had a party on his day. So one time, I think this was like 4 or 5 years ago, I told my mom, I said, hey, I said, why do we have to celebrate, our birthdays just one day and on the day? I said, why can't I say, oh, you know what, I prefer the month of November. I'm gonna, the whole November is gonna be my month or whatever. and like he said, I would, if I saw a cake and I liked it, you're celebrating something. There's always something
If
to
you like to
celebrate.
eat the cake, go buy the cake.
Yeah.
Buy some candle, blow the candle. Happy birthday to yourself.
And
Sometimes buy the present for yourself too.
And people would ask, oh, is it somebody's birthday? No, but every day is, worth celebrating.
Yeah.
And now my mom, she's changed a lot, and now she says, what are we celebrating today?
Yeah.
Like let's go buy a cake or
That's
let's
how
go have
life's
a good
supposed to
day.
be.
Yeah. But you're right about the people are so focused on working to save for their retirement or kind of like for a rainy day, right? Like you save money and you're like, I'm gonna save, for a rainy day. I feel like you're kind of programming yourself to having
Stay
a bad day. Yes. And like when you finally think that you're okay and you have the money, something always happens. And then you see those that don't have a plan and that are just happy and nothing bad happens to them.
Yeah.
And then you sit there and you wonder, you're like, well, you're having all these negative possibilities that could happen versus just enjoying life.
You know the law of attraction? Whatever you send out, your thought is sent out, you're gonna attract that thoughts that come in. So for example, you sit in here, you worry, oh, I might have some accident, I might get sick, I might get you send your thoughts out there, you're gonna attract those kind of stuff coming to your life.
Yeah.
So mind is very important, thoughts very important.
Very.
And you be aware with the thoughts that you send it out, because you're gonna attract exactly whatever you want. You send it out.
Yeah, but I've actually met a lot of people that save for their retirement.
A thousand people I see out there. Oh man, I gotta retire.
They do get sick, and then they have to use that money, and then they have to go back to work, and then they're just distraught.
And also, if you see a lot of people, they get Alzheimer, dementia. You know why? Because the mindset. If you set your mind that, oh, after I retire, I'm gonna sit home, relax, I'm not gonna do anything, because they've been working so hard. They've been programmed, they're working so hard. After your mind set it like that, after you just retire, your mind is gonna go down because you don't have anything to think or to do anymore. So your mind, your body, your health is going down. You see people, they get like Alzheimer, like very, very quickly after they've been retired. So always keep your mind working, think something like positive, with
Right.
service. So your mind very soft to keep your body like stay healthy to follow that information from the mind.
Mhm. Yeah, and also try to stay active. If it's just like walking 30 minutes a day, that helps too. Because you keep your muscles going too. Like I noticed with my great grandma, she was a very active lady. Like she was always on the go, always doing something. But then when she got older, and this is like when she hit her 90s, 80s, the family tried to protect her. And they're like, hey, don't do anymore, please. Don't do that. Like, relax, enjoy. And it kind of picked down.
Yeah.
She was already declining in health, but her being just home, not doing anything, not being active, picked all the way down. And
Yes.
that's what led to her passing.
Yeah.
She was 90, I think maybe like 96, 98, somewhere around there. And then later on, on a podcast of a scientist that was talking about health and everything, they mentioned after you hit a certain age, your body stops, like producing all the vitamins and the muscles working. Like if you don't keep it up or do anything about it, it's just gonna give out on you. So when older people fall, they break bones. Their actual, what is it called, health, like, gets worse because they don't have those muscles to protect their bones.
Yeah.
So they say just be active so that your muscles can still contract and they can still be there as a
Yeah.
barrier protection for your bones.
Yeah. I totally agree. You know, and also the age is a lot of people have been programmed
As well.
as well. The age, for example, you think like you turning 40, you say, oh, I'm getting old. You think you turning 50, oh, I'm getting old now. You turning 60, I'm getting old. And if you think you're old, you're gonna be old. But if you think you be young,
Yeah.
you're gonna be young. Like a placebo effect. You heard about placebo effect and nocebo effect, like opposite. You know, if you've been pay attention to the turtles. You see the turtles. You know their lifespans. You know how old?
Years. Yeah, hundreds of years.
500.
Uh-huh.
500 years. As a human, our constant is higher than any animals on this planet. If they can live that 500 years old, so do we. If you know how, you can live longer than that, 500 years old. Because you don't have this program, you don't have this information, your mind never thinking about this way. If you want to think in this way, step out of the box of the conventional program. Why can we live like 500, 600, 1,000 years? Why not? If you set your mind in that program, that program is gonna run for your body, and then they're gonna like follow that program information. So don't set the age as the number.
Right.
It's program. If you want a different life better, rewrite a new program. Live like at least 1,000 years. People think you crazy because they don't have this information. But if you have the information, you can make it. This information is like blueprint. The architecture, that's your mind. Architecture say, oh, I'm gonna make the blueprint for 1,000 years for this building. So this building is gonna be last 1,000 years.
I don't think of age, and I don't feel the age that I am. I don't think about the age that I am because I'm like, why am I gonna restrict my mind to thinking I'm only, I'm
But when you set your mind in that limited belief, unlimited, the mind very powerful. You can think the unlimited. Everything that you want to think of, you can think, then you can manifest in reality.
So I'm gonna side story. I had a problem with my ankle, and I used to think if I ran too fast or if I jumped, it would hurt, and I would always keep it bandaged. And because my brain would see it, or my head and my brain would think, okay, your foot is bandaged, we can't do anything. I used to like not do anything with my ankle. And when I didn't have the bandage, it was like, are we good? Are we not good? Like I was scared to step on my foot. And then one time I said, you know what? Yes, it hurts, but I feel like my brain seeing the bandage hurts more. And I just took it off and I never put it back, the wrapping it. And I haven't had any issues with my ankles after that, like at all. And my mom's like, didn't your ankle hurt? I'm like, don't say that out loud. Like I don't hear it. Because my dad, and he, I always have issues with my ankles. And my dad, he would tell me, don't be barefoot, like watch your ankle, because when you get older it's gonna hurt. And I said, no, it's fine. I said it's, but it was crazy. And I know the mind is powerful, but to me, going through it for myself and just knowing if like I felt the pain when I would see the bandage, even though it wasn't hurting, like it wasn't broken, it was just spring, but it always sprang. And when I took it off, even though I knew it hurt, I said, we're stronger, and it just stopped hurting.
Yeah. But when you think you're gonna get manifest, so for example, this kind of very funny story, but don't get me wrong. For example, you sit in here, you eat in the dinner, or you eat in lunch. Okay? I'm sitting in front of you. I eat this shit. And you look at me, you say, oh, so nasty. And you're gonna throw up. But you didn't touch me, I didn't touch you, you didn't eat that, but you still feel throw up. So your mind interpreting the information from environment into your body and manifest when you interpret that information. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you eat food, I eat nasty food, and you look at me, oh, so nasty, and then you feel throw up. But you didn't eat it.
Yeah.
So be aware with the mind, that how you interpret the information.
Self-sabotage.
Self-sabotage, yeah. A lot of people, 95% of thoughts is very self-sabotage. But if you get over that, you're going to be very powerful. Like I say, we are God. I am God. All of us is God. But all of you don't believe it. And I believe it. And I become. And you don't believe it, you never become. So we have to live the same life, but my mind thinking different. So I have a life different. You thinking different, you're gonna get your life different.
So last week we talked about negative thoughts, remember? And I've always been one person, like you said, if you're having a negative thought, just pop it right there and just go do something else or think of something happy. I didn't know that was kind of like I guess hard for some people to do and very easy for others. And so when people would ask me, hey, or when they would start telling me their bad thoughts, or hey, I'm having a bad day, this is happening, I said, stop right there, like just change your mindset. Like, hey, I had a rough morning, it stops there, I'm gonna continue to have a good day. And they would always just kind of look at me like I was crazy, because they said it's not that easy. Like, you don't understand, it's not that easy. And I never understood why it was so hard for them. So we just never really agreed on that, and I would still see, you know, like, I would continue to have a good day, and they would continue to have whatever day they wanted to have, because if they did continue to have negative thoughts, it was a bad day. And if they stopped and actually listened to me, then it would kind of change.
You
them.
just live your lifestyle in the positive.
Yeah.
Whenever they need, they're gonna come to you. So you're gonna follow me.
And so for that, I mean, and I learned this at a very young age, so I knew that the mind was very powerful.
Yeah.
But I still don't understand what makes some people just continue to have negative thoughts. Like, it's so hard for them to, I feel like they're satisfied when one bad thing happens and they're like, okay, I'm over it, like, but they have to wait until it happens. And in my head, I'm like, I'm not waiting for that.
Because like the negative thoughts that they have, that program, and become the habit. The habit usually it resists change. If it change easily, it's not called the habit. But most of them, they download like very negative programs. So they play their life with that negative programs. So they don't see it, but they play it. And then you tell them don't play that, but they didn't see it because that program running, they like a computer. They didn't know. So they keep running. And then sometimes they've been struggling, they've been a lot like issue in the program, but they don't know how to fix it because they didn't see that program running 95% of their life.
So I had a question about how do you explain, so everything's connected, right? Everything's connected.
Object, everything, the star, everything on this universe connected.
How can you explain to someone, I guess kind of like energy, like somebody brand new to quantum physics, like how do you tell them, hey, everything is connected, but in their head they're very stuck on, we come to this earth, we live, we get to a certain age, we retire, and then we die, and then that's it.
If they don't have really a lot of information from the quantum physics, my suggestion that they go to searching for a little bit information of the quantum physics. But in quantum physics, everything is energy. Energy, they don't have the border, they don't have the edges, they can intertwine together. So everything, this one energy, green energy, so we intertwine, like entangled. It's not like separation like we perceive like this. That's an illusion. So if they have some more information, and then they're gonna go into that quantum physics field. If they understand it a little bit, it's easier for me to explain for them more. But if they don't have information, the more you try to explain, they don't get it, and they don't accept it.
I think trying to explain to them, it's hard because you do have to know a little bit of, or even just believe in science to understand, for somebody to make sense of the unknown and the unseen, like physics, right, and the energy. They have to be open to the idea of science, because that's how you can break it down all the way down to the atoms, right? And then you can start explaining to them how that becomes a physical.
So the atom is still a particle, right? But whenever you go into that atom, it's neutron, photon and electron.
Yeah.
They spin together. If you go deeper into that neutron, you find nothing. It's energy. It's invisible,
Right.
moving force.
So like
So they have to have some kind of science, basic
understanding of
knowledge
science or
of the science. Because if you go deeper into the atoms, you go deeper into the electron, neutron and proton, you go deeper into that, and you cannot find anything in there. So everything is energy.
I guess that would be like the starting point.
Yeah.
Because, you know, that's where everything originates and it expands into where we are right now in the 3D world. That would be my suggestion.
So
Yeah.
for example, like the cell phone signal, cell phone broadcast, can you see? No, but it exists. The TV broadcast, telephone broadcast. So we live in the field. Here is the field, the quantum field. So we have all different types of broadcasts out there. But because they don't see it, it doesn't mean like they don't exist. The sound wave, the sound wave, they didn't see it, but you can hear it. You can hear and you can receive the information from the wave. So whenever I'm speaking right now, my sound carry the information to your mind, and then affected to your mind, affected to your body by the sound wave.
I'm glad you mentioned that because when I was in school, in high school at least, and we had all those classes about physics. I had chemistry, I had physics, I had all this, like, now that I look back, I'm like, wow, that would have been a really good class for me to pay attention to, because it would make more sense now. But when I was there, I didn't really understand it, because I didn't connect the visuals to the letters and numbers and symbols. And it didn't click in my brain that that's what it was, right? Like for example, in chemistry, whenever we had AP chemistry and we were learning about the formulas combining two chemicals or two items, right? And all I knew was how to do the math to get to that combination, but I didn't understand that. Like visually, I couldn't imagine this gas and this liquid come together, or this two liquids come together, and so now it forms this. Like I had a really hard time understanding a lot in high school because it just didn't click. So now that I'm here and now that I know about physics, quantum physics, and because we live in a 3D world, to me it makes more sense if I have an example and a visual. And just like you mentioned, the waves and the sound, right? You don't think about how it travels, and we don't see it, but it's still there. And it can be calculated through math and science and stuff. But me understanding that there's a visual and putting an example to it, like, just made it easier for me to understand too. So maybe that would be another suggestion.
Yeah. Because usually at the 3D dimension, people have to see, have to touch, have to feel. But in the quantum field,
You don't.
invisible things, but that influence it
Yes.
to the physical world.
Yes.
Like the sound with communication right now, the sound wave carry information. So for example, you have some problem. I just sit in here, I talk, I share the solution for you without touching or do anything. Nothing visible. But you understand it, you take that information, you apply it to your problem, you solve it, and then you have better life. So invisible, send it to you, that influence your life. That's how quantum physics working.
Yes.
So with the language, we can heal people with the language. Even with the image, you don't have to say anything. You just sit in here, be peace, very calm. They saw your image. They can contagious to that the peaceful what I get. It can be contagious to the people in front of me.
Like they say,
So-
laugh is contagious. Like you see one person laughing or
Some
smiling.
people they
Yes.
don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Contagious. Everything is contagious, right?
Yeah.
It's like the mirror. It reflects.
Yes.
So something you look at me smile, you feel better.
Mm-hmm.
You look at my face, it's very angry. You're gonna be, your mood is gonna be changing to that my expression face, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So be aware which the something that we do or something that we talk, because that influence the people around the environment. Same thing that I talk like this, I send the information out like this. It go direct to your mind, It also, it going. It never die. The energy, it never die. It never be destroyed. So it going. Invisible, it going, go around. And then whoever looking for that information or have the same, that thought, it's gonna be resonate. And then they get the, attract together.
Is there is there such thing as negative energy and positive energy in the quantum field? And is it just like, is that even a thing? Like positive, like negative energy, and does negative energy even exist?
What do you mean?
How would I explain that?
Well,
I
energy
guess, like,
is
good
just
and evil.
energy.
Right. Just the
But-
intention?
The intention behind it can be
Uh-huh.
negative or positive.
Depending you, yes.
There's nothing saying or telling the energy, hey, you gotta be positive or
Yeah.
you gotta be negative. Which is also why we have different energies like electrical energy, mechanical energy, like all those other energies. So there's no specific of.
So for example, I give you a knife. If you interpret that knife to use for making the food, cooking, it's gonna be like positive energy. But if you use that to killing somebody, it's gonna be like very negative energy. It depends how you use it, how you interpret that information, that energy. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So if I give you a knife, depending how you use it, if you go out there and you killing someone, it's so negative. But if you know how to cook, make the good food for the people, very positive.
I guess, like referring to your question, the energy itself doesn't have like positive, negative, but the frequencies can vibrate low and high, and it can be seen as vibrating low as negative, vibrating high as positive. That's, I believe that might be how you can see negative and positive through energy, but it's more the actual frequency. And that's where thoughts, like if you have a negative thought, then you're vibrating at a low frequency. And if you're happy, you're joyful, you're vibrating at a higher energy, and it's a positive thing, right?
And then you attract the same frequency as your frequency.
I think the reason I was asking is how you were saying that just, but when we were talking about that just right before then, how he said, I lost my train of thought, but how he said, energy,
Cannot be created or destroyed.
right, but I guess more of a, like when you send, how it never dies, right? How it stays there and then somebody else can pick up that frequency or that energy and just kind of absorb it. So I guess that's where my brain went was, is there such thing as negative energy where if somebody's having a negative thought, they just pick up that negative energy? But I guess it wouldn't be your thing because it's more of the intention, and energy is just energy, and you use it however, with whatever intention you're wanting to use it. So that's what my brain.
Okay, and the energy itself it's not conscious, like that it doesn't have
Yes.
any conscience. So it's just like a neutral thing,
Mhm.
but we put that energy, we put that, those thoughts that can see or make it seem like it's negative. Yeah.
So depending on your causes, how you use that energy.
Mhm.
Speaking of cooking, if I'm having like a stressful day and then I have to cook and I'm still stressed, I know I can do one of two things. I can either leave my issues at the door and, just concentrate on the food, the nutrients and everything that we're about to eat, or I don't cook it all and we go and we grab something else, because I feel like although, and I don't know if this happens to anybody, but if I'm cooking and I'm sad, or if I'm cooking and I'm having a stressful day, I feel like I give whatever I'm preparing that same energy.
Yeah.
And then I feel like it may transfer to somebody else, or it comes back to me and I'm like, oh, I'm sad again, whatever. So if I just see by my feelings, I feel a lot better. Because then I know I'm putting the intention into what I'm making, into what I'm doing. So my mom and we've had this rule for a really, really long time. I can't even remember how old I was, but she said, if you're asked to do a favor and you're gonna do it not out of out of your heart, and you're gonna be in a bad mood and you're gonna be moody, she said, don't do it at all. She said, because you're gonna ruin whatever it is that you're doing. She said, so just politely say, hey, I'm not in a good mood right now. I can come back and help.
Yeah.
She said, or if you know that you're there because they actually need your help, she said, leave your issues at the door. That's not their issues. She said, leave your issues at the door and have a good time. And if you're still upset, pick up your stuff and
You remember, like whenever you, like I say, like whenever you have a depression, the pattern negative thoughts coming, if you still in that pattern and then you cook it, that negative thought is gonna affect you whatever you're touching on. So be careful with the negative thoughts like that.
I think it's just a good reminder to do good.
Yeah. So depending how your energy, if you have very positive energy, everything that you're touching on, your energy is gonna stay on there. So if you have the negative energy, everything that you touch, you're gonna pass down that negative energy on everything that you touch. You talk, you think, your environment, your thought is gonna be like sending out that environment, and then stay there.
Right. I've noticed that when I'm not feeling my greatest, like I'm not the happiest, I tend to close off to myself because I do believe in that, and I don't want to unintentionally affect those around me. So I do tend to just put myself in a little bubble, feel the feelings, and then once I'm feeling good, then I can be around others and be me.
Yeah.
Because I don't like putting that frequency or energy into anybody else.
Yeah.
Cause it's for my body to
Yeah, but
feel
yeah,
and learn from.
yeah. You unconsciously pass on that
Yeah.
energy to someone else. You didn't know.
Yeah.
So one thing, and I love that we're talking about this, one thing that I've been taught by different people is if you really don't have anywhere else to give that energy to, or like, you know, you're having a bad day, go have a treat, because everything goes back to Mother Earth, and it's just like, it's a recycling thing. So I guess think of it as a recycling thing, like every time that you're having a bad day, I love hugging trees.
Up the tree.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of like grounding?
Yes.
When you wear the barefoot, just grounding. That send that the negative energy down to the earth like that.
Yes.
You can like several ways to drag that out.
I have 2 dogs and a cat, and when we go for walks, we always say our dogs are the happiest, you know, beings on earth because they're always grounded.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah.
People if they don't know the grounding, you see in America, we wear a lot of shoes and we stay on the long concrete and stuff like that. So that kind of very blocking that energy that we can ground to the ground. So if you be aware with that grounding, sometimes you have to be the barefoot on the ground so you can train that
Yeah.
energy. You see, long time ago, our ancient people, they wear the barefoot all the time. You see how healthy they are, very healthy.
Simple times. Yes. I bought a little machine, it's called a cramp simulator, it's a TENS and something machine. And, it's supposed to help for like small lesions and, or like sprains and like for muscle spasms and everything. And we got into talking about why some people feel it stronger than others, right? And we got into talking about, you know, the physical part of it, or if you have a lot of, not so much, it made me wonder if it had to do with energy, because we are electromagnetic. So the current goes through you, and it just made me wonder if it may affect some people. I know it's all like about magnesium also and like your electrolytes and everything, but it just kind of triggered like, don't forget to nourish yourself with those too, because we are electricity, you know, like we are electromagnetic bodies. Because we don't plug into something else to get recharged, right? Like we are, you know, kind of the recharge. So maybe going and grounding every once in a while might help a lot. Yeah.
Or you've been like around the positive people, positive environments. You can receive that positive, and then if you don't have a chance to ground, your body is still kind of being good health. If you've been around with the positive environments, people. But nowadays it's very hard to find like positive, like 100% positive people around it, because of a lot of stress out there. So it's hard for them to keep like very mindful with that positive energy.
Is it possible, and I don't know if it's related at all, but is it possible to steal somebody else's energy?
Still,
Uh-huh.
you mean like good or bad energy?
Good?
You steal them?
No, I'm asking, I'm asking if it's possible for somebody to steal your energy.
they steal my energy.
Uh-huh.
If you've been if you've been mindfulness, you're the one who decide to give it to them, or won't give it to them. That your choose. If not, then it will be very very fully aware. So I the one who control my energy. If I want to give out to you, I give. But if I don't want to give out to you, you never get my energy. Because if you're sitting here, I'm gonna go. If you go, I'm sitting here, so you never get my energy if I don't let you. But if I want to get it to you, even though you don't say it, I sit in here, I send the positive energy to you, invisible, inside, you still receive it. So
Do you think it's possible? I believe that it's possible for others to steal it. If, like you said, you know, you're conscious, you know that you have your energy, and you try to stay positive, and you know that nobody's gonna take it. But I believe to those who are not aware and they're not conscious, like they don't even think about energy. So
Yeah.
if there's a person that has negative thought or a negative intention, right? I do think it is possible
if
for them to.
yeah, if the person who don't live fully awareness, they can steal it. For example, you and me talking about the politics, right? If I don't fully aware, you and me come to the point that we very have like big argument, we fight about the fight, and I let you steal my energy. If I don't fully aware, so if I have a very mindfulness with whatever I'm doing, I will let you come to the point that we talking about something that we disagree with.
I love that you brought that up.
So,
Yeah.
for example, I don't want to talk about the politics. So if you ask me about politics, I don't answer. So I will let you steal my energy.
You
Right.
draw a boundary.
It's like giving the power. And sometimes you don't even think about it, but
Until you're in.
yes, or like a day, 2, 3 went by and you're still thinking about it, that's them taking your thoughts, your time, your energy. It's like,
Yeah.
it's,
Because mostly people they on the bias, this side or that side. It's very rare for someone that stay in a neutral mind like this. So if you don't be aware with that, usually you're gonna fall lean into some side, like this side or that side. So you have more spend out more energy out to protect your side. And I don't want to get into that.
I agree. Agree.
I use my thoughts, my energy very wisely.
As you should.
I have a question. What are your thoughts on life regressions? Have you heard of them?
I heard about that
What
before.
do you think?
I haven't go into that kind of feel that much, but I think that it's possible that someone they have that ability to go to past life regression. In my family, it happened before that my grandparents, after they died, and we lost them, we don't know where they are. And then my dad, he go into someone asking for the the direction and how to get to his grandparents' grave. And then he comes to this man, and this man show my dad exactly where the place to go to find his grandparents' grave. And then he went there, he checked with the people around, and then they showed him that the place where they buried them. So, very interesting
Very.
in my country. And the guy, the man who helped my dad, he did that for nothing, for free. He didn't charge it. So I believe that he has some ability to help people out. Doctor, why something? I know have one doctor. He very good at this past life regression. I don't remember the name, but he very good at it. Why? But I give you his name later on.
What are your thoughts on astral projection?
Like when you
Like, I guess, how can you start training yourself to do that?
how I think this one is just very natural way that after I've been the spiritual awakening, it's very natural way that the spirit guide is just guide me to a natural way. I didn't realize it. It's just very mellow, natural, and then it's hard to explain. It have no word to explain for this journey.
Yeah.
Never know or never thought any things about like energy, quantum physics, anything like this, spiritual like this. And then after that happened, now I'm just understanding a lot of things, invisible things that people they don't have the information in the school,
Right. Yeah.
right? They when they ask people about the quantum physics, it's very rare people out there know about quantum physics. And then if they don't know and they don't believe in it, I tell them that everything is energy, they don't believe in it. And then your consciousness, your thoughts, it's vibration, it's energy. So you can heal your body through your consciousness. Because your body is energy. And then something is blocking a problem, you fix your consciousness, it's gonna be fixing your whole body through your consciousness.
Makes sense.
So for example, if I say something beautiful, good, positive motivation for you, you feel very energetic, you feel happy, you feel very wonderful,
Empowered.
powerful. If I say something very negative, I cuss at you, I say very, very terrible things to you, you feel sad and angry and stuff like that. I drain your energy down to the bottom. So I can lift your energy and I can lower your energy by my consciousness to your consciousness. You see how powerful the consciousness is?
Very. That's crazy. It's true.
Right? So for example, someone they say beautiful things to you, you feel very happy, very powerful. Something say very ugly, nasty things to you, you say, oh, I'm so sad and angry and upset and depression, and just only one word that I say, yeah, I can change your life and I can make your eyes go down very quickly. Only one sentence. See how powerful the language is? So like I said before, try to accumulate more knowledge, information out there. When you have knowledge, you feel very powerful. Everything that people say, if you have the knowledge, you can identify or verify that information, how accurate, how kind of fooling around. You can tell. Accumulate more knowledge. Knowledge is power.
Yes.
Like me nowadays, I lost the fear of death. So all I do is go out there, learn, gaining more knowledge, and then the more I have knowledge, I feel very confident in anything, any person that I encounter with, any place that I go to, feel very confident. Sometimes you feel stressed, you feel worried because maybe you lack of information, lack of knowledge. But if you have knowledge, why you feel? If you have knowledge, you have the solution.
Right. And you have to be open to the search. Like
You have to
find
open mind,
knowledge and
open up for every information out there. Maybe the information that you never had before. Be open-minded, take it in, and then process it with that information. But be open-minded to all information out there. So for example, like you've been programmed that you die, you go to heaven, right? But now I give you information, very brand new, you never heard before, that this is the heaven. If you born into the heaven, you die, your body dies, but your spirit still there. You come back, you're in reincarnation. This information maybe you never hear before. But if you don't open-minded, how you gonna take the information and apply it to your life? Take the information to research more about this information, reincarnation. Most of people they close, they don't accept this information. So actually they miss it. A lot of opportunities to learn, to get the knowledge, to get the wisdom. Like people, they live in the West, they never have a chance to live in the East. So if I bring some information from the East to here, they reject it because they never been living over there. But I'm from there, so I have a lot of I have a lot of information from there. Spirituality, the energy, the Reiki. You heard about the Reiki? People over here, if they never have a chance to know or to understand about the Reiki, they say no. It's not.
They say it's like witchy stuff.
That's they miss out a lot of good opportunity for them. So for example, if you live in the West, sometimes you do something, it didn't work, and then you don't try the new way, and you always expect for something to change, but if you keep the same method, same pattern, it's not gonna work. So you have to take the new information, apply it to the problem that you have right now, so you can solve that problem. For everything, life, health, everything. If you use the same method but it didn't work for your health, you have to use the other method, the new one. Otherwise, it's not gonna work.
Try something
Different. Step out the box to have the new answer. If you stay in the box, you have the same answer. If they didn't support or serve you. So be out of the box, get the answer out of the box. So the people from the West, if something didn't work, take the information from the East, apply to the problem like this, so you can solve. Or even with the people in the East, they have problem there. They should take information from the West, apply to them.
There is no wrong answer.
Yeah. Good.